This all started prior to D-Day of last year, 2016. I was contacted by Historic Programs and told that we were selected and being approached to travel to Europe, travel to France, and be part of the official wreath-laying ceremonies at the American cemeteries at Brittany and Normandy for the 73rd anniversary of D-Day. The important thing that needed to be done was to find out if there would be a band that would be interested in going. We've got this adult organization of about 150 people.
We have just arrived. We are gathering our luggage and we're about ready to be assigned our rooms, and then we're going to have a scrumptious dinner. We are looking forward to representing ourselves at St. Mary-Glise tomorrow, the Brittany Cemetery the next day, and then the Normandy Cemetery on our final day in the Normandy region, and also to have the honor to represent our country in commemorating D-Day this year. We welcome those of you in Fairfax and the rest of the country on our trip.
The first thing that I did was to put out a survey, online survey, asking if people would be interested in giving them as much information as I knew, and that this would be something that they would have to take on considerable amount of time and expense. And through the efforts of Ellie with the City of Fairfax City Council, who committed some significant funds to this, we were able to raise a good amount of money to offset all those organizational expenses that would be over and above our normal operating expense for the year. One of the things that we needed to do was find out if we could afford to go. We got some help from our board of directors and from former Mayor John Mason, who together with a couple of our board members, Jane Woods and Ellie Schmidt, who is currently a council member with the City of Fairfax City Council, put together a committee and started working on fundraising to help us with our trip expenses. So this is something that we're very thankful for, and something that we really appreciate, knowing that we've got this kind of support in the community. And one of the things that we hope to take away from this whole experience is that we are out there representing this whole community, and I think that it's made us stronger in that respect.
But we're having a great time here, and we're enjoying the fact that the reputation of the City of Fairfax Band has always been a strong one, which helped us win this invitation to this event because we're such a good and strong community band. And we're also pleased to be here in France for the opportunity, more importantly, to pay tribute to those who fought and fell here in Normandy, including people from the City of Fairfax itself. And we will be participating in commemoration ceremonies tomorrow in Brittany and the next day in Omaha Beach to honor the fallen.
We are here at the Brittany American cemetery in Normandy, and the architecture of this place is unbelievable.
It's an honor to be here and to play in remembrance of those on Normandy and D-Day.
In thinking about being here and the unique meaning of Omaha, which frankly, because of the way we've covered it in history, is really understated. This was the most difficult single operation in the European theater by the Americans. And it's a little hard to appreciate how really difficult landing in Omaha was. The Germans were fully prepared. The beaches turned out to be much worse than we expected. Of the 24 companies, which were the lead of the attack for 2 divisions, 18 were knocked out. Had no impact. They were down to 6 companies. 1 out of every 4 companies that came ashore was capable of fighting. The others were literally knocked out before they even started fighting. Out of the thousands of men who poured ashore the first day, when you go back and you look at how the battle evolved, there are about 47 heroic figures who kept moving forward. They were losing friends, fellow soldiers, to their right, to their left. They were under constant fire from the Germans. And yet these individuals of enormous heroism just did what they were supposed to do in order to get us off the beach. And if you stayed on the beach, you died. Many died before they even got to the beach because the Germans had zeroed in their mortars, their machine guns, and their artillery. And they knew exactly where to fire when we entered certain killing zones. You look back and you realize it would have been very easy for the Americans coming in at Omaha to give up, to decide it was impossible. There were, in fact, some of the ship captains who didn't want to land, and in several cases, the American in charge of that particular boat pulled out a pistol and explained in direct terms the cost of not landing. And they came on in. In some cases, they came on in to be destroyed, losing 100% casualties before they even got to the beach. And yet, all day long, Americans kept coming ashore. Gradually, more and more of them began getting across the beach. Gradually, they began to figure out how to get up the side and to get inside the German fog units. And inch by inch, all day long, we gradually gained ground. This is one of those examples of human heroism. It wasn't the tanks, it wasn't the airplanes, it wasn't the naval guns offshore, it wasn't all the different technologies. It was the sheer courage of the human heart